Hey family, hey friends, welcome back to another Strength for the Week. It's your boy, Pastor Mo. I've been looking at Genesis chapter 12, and I want to try to answer a simple but I believe a powerful question, and that is, why was it so important for Abram to leave his country, his people, and his father's house? You see, in Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 through 3, it says this, that the Lord said to Abram, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to a land that I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you, and I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing." He goes on to tell him that I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse, and all the people on the earth will be blessed through you. You see, God wasn't just changing Abram's location, he was changing Abram's allegiance. God tells Abram to leave three things in verse 1. He says to leave your country, leave your people, and leave your father's house. In Abram's world, these three things meant him leaving his identity, leaving his security, and his future. So, when Abram obeyed God, he wasn't just moving to a different location, he was trusting God with everything that defined him. In the book of Hebrews, around the 11th chapter, I think around the 8th verse, it says that by faith, Abraham, when called to go to a place that he would later receive as an inheritance, obeyed and went, even though he didn't know where he was going. You know what that means? That means that faith came before clarity. You see, real faith, it doesn't mean waiting until God's plans make sense to us. No, real faith moves because God spoke. Matter of fact, Psalms 119 verse 105 says this. It says, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." The last time I checked, a lamp, it doesn't show you the entire path. It only shows you the next few steps. Sometimes we want God to explain the entire future before we're willing to obey him in the present. You see, obedience is the proof of trust. God wasn't just calling Abram away from something, but he was protecting the promise he planned to give him. You see, in the book of Joshua, the 24th chapter, around the second verse, Joshua says this to the people. He says, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Long ago, your ancestors, including Terah, the father of Abraham and Nahor, lived beyond the Euphrates River and worship other gods." Joshua tells us that Abram's family served other gods. So staying in his father's house would have meant staying under old influences, old thinking, and old spiritual patterns. God separates Abram not to punish him, but to prepare him for what he was calling him to be. God does the same thing for us. Some things in our lives, it may not be sinful, but they are formative. They shape how we think, how we move, how we act, and even how we obey. We can't carry what God has given us while holding on to what shaped us before. Matter of fact, Jesus says this in Matthew chapter 9, verse 17. "No one puts new wine into old wineskins, for the old wineskins will burst from the pressure, spilling the wine and ruining the skin. But new wine is stored in new wineskins so that both are preserved." Could it be that your current capacity is not sufficient to carry the new assignment God wants to give you? Or could it be that where you are now has you stuck in routines that will not serve you where God is trying to take you? I want you to notice something. God makes Abram several promises in the next two verses. He tells them that I will make you into a great nation, I will bless you, I will make your name great, and all the families of the earth will be blessed through you. None of which is possible if Abram doesn't leave where he's at. Abram becomes Abraham only after he leaves his father's house, his people, and country. Abram had to leave his father's house because obedience created the space for transformation. Sometimes the most spiritual thing we can do is to obey God enough to walk away. So, this week, I want you to pray and ask God to identify the things he wants you to walk away from in order for you to become what he is calling you to be. I want you also to be prepared for the hard answers and be willing to do what God says. Hey, listen, this is Pastor Mo. If this has blessed you, do me a favor. I want you to hit the like button or the heart that's over here. It helps with the algorithm, and share it with a family member or friend or 2 or 3. All right? Listen, I love you guys. I hope this blessed you, and I see you in the next one. God bless.